first 2024 Biden-Trump showdown begins in a little over 2.5 hours. And although there will not be a live studio audience, people close to President Joe Biden, as well as people close to former President Donald Trump, have made the trip to Atlanta, Georgia, where the debate is being held. According to Axios, for Team Biden, Biden's 2024 running mate, Vice President Kamala Harris, will be there cheering on her boss, as well as California Governor Gavin Newsom. Newsom will be there serving as a Biden surrogate in the after-debate spin room. Now for President Donald Trump, the list is a little more extensive. President Trump has said that he's chosen his 2024 running mate, but the nation is still waiting to see who he's tapping. And in Trumpian fashion, he's teasing everyone. He said the vice presidential pick will be in Atlanta tonight for the debate. And Trump has also said he will announce his pick during the Republican convention. That begins July 15. It's in Milwaukee, in the great state of Wisconsin. So who will be in Atlanta tonight to support the former president? Well, according to Politico, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, former U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Dr. Ben Carson, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, and Florida Congressman Byron Donalds. Of course, they won't be in the debate arena. No one is allowed. Rather, they will attend a watch party fundraiser in Atlanta or be in the media booths outside the debate. The watch party, by the way, is being hosted by former Georgia U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler and the Republican National Committee. And according to the Washington Examiner, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott will actually be at the debate as a guest of Trump's, but he will not be, of course, inside the room. No one is permitted. Florida Congressman and Trump surrogate Congressman Byron Donalds joins me. Good evening, sir. And I understand that you saw, or spoke to at least, President Trump yesterday. What did you tell him?
I spoke to him yesterday. Greta, I'll tell you, he's in great spirits. He's ready for tonight. We really were just talking about the events we did yesterday in Atlanta on behalf of the president, talking about what was said to us. I actually called him into the barbershop meeting we had yesterday afternoon. He took questions directly from the people sitting in that barbershop. It was a great event. He's ready for tonight. He's focused on the American people. I think you're going to see a big win tonight from President Trump.
All right. Obviously, the president needs to, looking at the numbers last time around, he needs to get the women's vote. He also would like to get more of the African-American vote. He got a little bit more than I think last time than he did before. What does he do to get the African-American vote?
Talk about the issues, talk about inflation, you talk about the border. Black issues are American issues, and it's having the solutions that's going to get people to have an ability to really start to build generational wealth again in this country. That is something that has devastated families, it's devastated black families, because wages adjusted for inflation are down over 5% under Joe Biden. That's simply not going to work. So I think that the issues that are hurting every American, they're hurting black people as well, and they're looking at the Biden agenda. They see it's not worked for them, and they're asking themselves, we need to do something else because this is not working out for us. So I think that all Donald Trump needs to do is continue to talk about these issues and then continue the outreach efforts, continue the relationship building with people in the black community.
You know, it's hard to predict what's going to happen tonight, but your candidate, Donald Trump, is a very active guy. He's going to be forced to sit up there with the mics muted, almost to be like a statue. Is this a rule that's going to be helpful to him or not? Is this going to be a rule that's going to be difficult for him to deal with?
No, I actually think that, unlike what most people are saying, I think this is actually going to be to his benefit because it's going to make Joe Biden have to actually answer a question for 2 minutes. I can't remember the last time he's done that. To have to do that for 90 minutes in front of the entire world, we'll see if Joe Biden is prepared for that. I think that's number one. Number two, I think Donald Trump, if you've watched him on the campaign trail, he's been laser focused on the American people. That's been what he's been focused on. That's what he's been talking about. It's Joe Biden that wants to look at everything else except his agenda. It's Joe Biden that wants to spend his time talking about Donald Trump instead of the disastrous job he has done for the American people. So I think tonight the closing off of mics and that kind of stuff actually helps Donald Trump. It makes Joe Biden have to decide what's he want to do. Does he want to throw bombs or does he want to talk about what's actually happening in America because he is the person that's been president for the last 4 years.
Is it fair to the American people if this is the only debate? Because I don't think so. I mean, I think there's so many issues he's spoken about, whether it's the economy. I would do a whole debate on the economy. I'd do a whole debate on foreign policy. I'd do a whole debate maybe on immigration because there's so many subcategories of that with employment, crime, and fentanyl. A lot of issues that are what we do to families that want to come here. Should there be more debates?
I totally agree with that, and I know Donald Trump does as well. Listen, he said it already. He'll debate Joe Biden anytime, any place, anywhere. You name the venue, you name the moderators, he'll be there. That's how we got to this debate tonight. It is Joe Biden is the one who's being very cagey about debates, because when he has to answer, he is exposed for the terrible job he's done for the American people.
What about the moderation? Let me focus on Jake Tapper. He has been harsh on the president for the last 4 years. Are you satisfied that he can be fair tonight and answer the questions or not?
Well, listen, that's my hope. But President Trump is ready for this. This is not the first time he's had to deal with a moderator that might view him negatively or have an axe to grind or already have an opinion of what they're going to do personally. And sometimes that unprofessionalism ekes out in their coverage. He's been dealing with that for quite some time, so he'll be ready. I just want the moderators to just call it right down the middle. These debates are for the American people. They need to be hearing from President Biden and President Trump. They don't need to hear the editorializing from Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. As long as they don't editorialize and don't muck this thing up, it'll be a great debate. The American people will see very clearly that Donald Trump deserves to be the 47th president of the United States.
Congressman Byron Daniels, thank you very much for joining me, sir.